How do I say this in a way that won't scare you to the point where you won't hear the rest of it? You're in deep, David-san. This isn't something you can just walk away from. You saw it. You saw me and have evidence. You're a witness to my crime. I'm gonna fully admit, David-san, that's not a crime that I'm ashamed of. That's not the point. No, instead, it's something more. I can't be getting caught, or a lot of people's lives get worse. Makes sense. That's why you're here. Just slightly restrained, and looking at me with those big, questioning eyes. I get that you have questions. Trust me. I'll eventually answer them. If I feel like it. Your glare stings a little. Did I touch a nerve? No, come on. I ain't trying to hurt you here. I'm trying to make sure that today is a little different than yesterday. And you, seeing my crime, particularly stealing the gems, an innocent security worker at night, I had to take you with me. You fainted when you saw me take the diamond. This diamond, right? Now you're a double witness. I really can't let you go. Now, let me ask you a question. What's worse? A thief who steals a diamond from a museum, a gaudy piece of rock that everyone worships and admires, and sells that diamond to take care of people who can't, those who the world has abandoned, those who no longer have anyone to look after them. What's worse? The museum that chases after the thief, or the thief that looks after the unwell? Davidson, that's a trick question. You don't need to feel bad no matter what your answer is. I mean it. I'm sorry if I got too in my head about it. It's just, I happen to know that you have a good heart. Did some background digging, and you definitely resonate with me. Even if you don't outwardly accept what I do, which I respect it if you don't, you'll just have to stay here until witnesses won't prove anything, so a few years at least. And, well, no offense, but I tried to make it as comfortable as I can, and no thinking of escaping, okay? If you do that, then I'd have to, I don't know, make it less comfortable. I'm not that cruel, David-san. Not even a little bit. You'll quickly find out that I can talk a lot of shit. But the difference is, when it comes to actually following through, I can't hurt a fly when they don't deserve it. Even those people who do. What can I say? I may have read one too many Robin Hood-like stories growing up. Got it in my head that I had to do that too when the world gets all corporate greedy. Let's just say it did. I mean, can you really say otherwise, Davidson? No, that. Just a name I've been calling you. Just seemed to suit you, since you're smaller than me. In most ways. Big attitude, though. So what? What's your plan? Gonna tell on me? Well, that would be a problem. But I'm not some kind of scary criminal that would hurt you. After all, did Robin Hood hurt the people trying to defend the king's coins? Not even once. Now, David-san, I know what you're thinking. I can see it in your eyes, and no offense, being a pickpocket and stealing from the rich, I'm pretty good at judging people from one glance. And you right now, you're conflicted, aren't you? You could be honest. Ask away all your questions. Who I'm giving it to? Well, first of all, I have to sell it on the black market, which is probably the hardest thing. And after that, I have to do something a little sneaky. I have to launder the money, similar to how someone who's doing much more shady business might. But trust me, in the end, I would never use any means that harm anyone. And I know some fairly virtuous fellows in this business. Not everyone's cut out for the crime life, even if they end up in it. And hopefully my doing this can get them out. Now, this diamond, as tempting as it is, it's said to be cursed. You know they call it a Hope Diamond, but it's said to have taken the lives of 20, 30 people who have owned it before. Do you know why that is? Temptation. People wanting it for themselves. Take someone who's actually interested in selfless things. David-san, how do you feel about selfless things? You believe in what I'm saying even a little bit? Well, then at least I was a little bit convincing. Even if you can't fully believe it and think that I would pocket some of it. Well, the answer is no. I don't really need money the way I'm living. I guess I've broken the system. Broke it open like an egg. Now, don't look at me like that. I never said I was blameless. I said, David-san, that I'm doing something that I believe in. Other witnesses. Hopefully not. But as far as I'm concerned, nobody should know where this is. Not even the vicinity. I traveled through what amounts to a quite unconventional route. Not many people go into the catacombs. It's a scary place. Would not wish it on my worst enemy. But I had to map it out in order to make this heist come true. You understand? Capiche? Hey, Chibi-chan. Look at me. Ta-da! A snack. You seemed hungry. And here's some water, and you can't blame me for that. Come on out here. Oh, did you think I was gonna keep you? Nah, I don't got time for that. If I'm gonna keep you for anything, it's gonna be for your own safety. I don't want you getting tied up in this, and then someone who has more fingers in the cookie jar than someone else tries to make you fess up in the worst way. If you think only the bad guys, the ones on the wrong side of the law, as they say, are the ones who would do something like that, then I'm sorry to tell you, the world isn't so nice. David-san, I'm here to protect you. I promise. That's my responsibility in all this, that I'm not supposed to drag other people in. And if I'm truly a virtuous thief, then I need to at least do this much. It's the bare minimum. Wouldn't you say? If I didn't do this, then you'd be in danger. You'd be right out in the forefront of every newspaper, your face plastered around, you talking about me in a demonizing way. They'd use you as a speaking piece, and at worst, they'd use you for something else. I mean, come on, David-san. Do you really trust them, or do you trust me? I understand. I may have taken you with me, but that was for your defense too. If you disappear, the worst they'll do is try and pin this crime on you. But I've already thought of ways to stop that, so you don't need to worry so much, okay? Oh, don't look so nervous, Chibi-chan. I promise, Chibi-chan. I won't let that happen, okay? I'm not just some big dumb oaf. I thought this through. See, I set up this right here. You'll see? A hostage situation. But it's not really, because you're just gonna sneak back into reality After all this is done, and after it's gone, completely out of the country. You see, the important thing of all this? TV-chan, look at me. Look at me. You getting all this, shortcake? The most important thing about all this is we're going to sell it back to them for a loss. I never wanted full price, to be honest with you. It'd be great if it was possible, but in the end, they're going to get it back. And then, well, they're going to be after me. You were just doing your job, caught in the crossfires, and nobody's going to blame you. Don't worry about that. Okay? I'll protect you. I'm a thief, not someone who prides himself on dragging people into my problems. Even if I've kind of failed on that front. I promise, TV-chan, I won't let you down. Do I say that too much? Sorry, it's just you remind me of someone. Someone special to me. And you're kind of cute. When I call you that, you have a reaction that I quite like. So, even if you're not in the mood for eating or drinking something, maybe you're in the mood to lounge. This place, it used to be my grandpa's. Unfortunately, he went missing 10 years ago. He was in a similar line of business. Difference being is that he did his stealing from ancient civilizations. An archaeologist of sorts. Made a lot of money finding treasures, and that's why I'm pretty well off in this mansion of sorts. It's more than I really wanted for myself. But you have to work with what you got, don't you? So, how do you feel about me so far? Have I made some kind of positive impression on you? You could walk out the door. That's why it's not some kind of cage or something stupid like that. Instead, if you did, it just wouldn't be a good idea. I'm trying to protect you here, but I can only do that if you give me a chance to. And, well, worst case scenario, I could leave the country for a while, but you might take the fall for me. They always like to have a villain in their stories, and if they can't catch the real one, they'll pin it all on you. That's why I hope this mansion wasn't too bad for you. That's it. Yeah. No, I deserve that, TV-chan. There's a lot to this that I understand. You don't really understand or like or care for in general. It's not your war, you just got caught up in it. And while that's admirable in its own right, that you're this patient with me, I don't expect you to be on board with it. Instead, I think that it's okay. Whatever you choose to do, I'll try and protect you. That's my way of taking responsibility. But if you want to, and this is just a suggestion, you can stay in this mansion, and we can pretend to be dating. It would probably put my mom and dad at ease, even if it's just a facade. It's not a life where someone has ever stayed. And while it might just be a pretend marriage, pretend relationship, I don't really think that it's a bad thing for you. At least you would be safe, and you could live like, well, someone who's rich. How'd I know you wouldn't care about that? It's the love, isn't it? You want your first love to mean something. Maybe your second love, maybe your third. I'm not judging. I've had several terrible relationships that didn't go anywhere. Hey, TV-chan. I want you to make the decision that you feel in your heart. You don't have to make a decision on my sake. After all, I do feel responsible dragging you in like this. So, you're joking, right? If you're dead serious, then, well, I'm happy, of course, just taken aback, Short King. You think I didn't plan on any of this, if I'm honest. You blindsided me when I turned that corner and we stared at each other and you practically fainted right then and there. Sorry about that. I didn't expect the knockout gas to take so long that you'd see my face. Don't worry, it's completely harmless, though. It doesn't do anything bad like most of the knockout gases. You know how hard it is to find an ethical knockout gas? Fine, I'm distracting, because when you said you'd go about this, I got a little bit flustered. I'm gonna fully admit that. David-san, you sure you're okay with this? That I'm worth your time like that? Oh, come on, you know it's not like that. I've got a lot of things I want to say to you. A lot of things that I'm not really sure how to put into words, but with you, I'm kind of interested. Kind of want to see where this little fake relationship goes. Maybe it doesn't stay fake. Hey, you're pretty bold. For a short cake like you to be able to do that, color me impressed. I didn't take you for someone who accepts things just that fast. I'm glad I was wrong. First impressions aren't always right. You know that. And besides, I think that look on your face, that slight fluster, the way you gaze at me like I'm the only one in your world, and that's shocking. Maybe a little bit unbelievable, but I'll believe it. Sorry, it's just the way you look at me. And I could get used to that. So, that it's fake might hurt my feelings someday, but fuck it. I don't mind. Feelings are crazy things anyway. And you're worth breaking all the rules for. So why'd you kiss me, huh? That didn't seem like a kiss of appreciation right on my lips. You closed your eyes like we were a couple already. This is gonna sound stupid, right? But I feel like I've known you my whole life. That there's always been some sort of connection there. That's saying something for someone I just met, a day ago. But even then, what can I say? I feel a little bit more strongly than I did before. And for that, definitely deserves another kiss. Don't give me that. No regrets, baby. You either? Well, I mean, look at this place. You can do everything. It's a house, but it might as well be a mall, given how many things you can... You know what? You'll figure it out. That's not what's important, is it? What's important to me is holding that gorgeous David-chan in my You're something special. Adapting like that. Color me impressed. Why don't you?